large areas of protected land for conservation of wildlife, plant and animal resources and traditional life of the tribals living in the area are called biosphere reserves. These help to maintain the biodiversity and culture of an area. Do you know a biosphere reserve may also contain other protected areas in it? Yes, let me tell you an example. The Pachmari Biosphere Reserve consists of one national park named Satpura and two wildlife sanctuaries named Bori and Panchat. Some animals and plants typically belong to a particular area. Plants and animals of a particular area are known as the flora and fauna of that area. For example, sal, teak, silver ferns, etc. are the flora and chicnara. Blue bull, leopard, etc. are the fauna of the Panchmari Biosphere Reserve.
Dear students, the plants and animals found in specific area are called the flora and fauna of that area. For example, plants such as sal, teak, mango, jamun, silver ferns, arjun, etc. are flora of Pachmari Biosphere Reserve. Similarly, the fauna of this biosphere reserve includes animals such as chinkara, blue bull, barking deer, chital, leopard, wild dog, wolf, etc. Endemic species. Dear students, a group of plant or animals having similar characteristics and capable of interbreeding within the group is termed as species. There are some species which can be found exclusively in particular area. However, cannot be found in some other area. Such species are called endemic species. For example, sal and wild mango are endemic flora of the Pachmari Biosphere Reserve. Similarly, bison, Indian giant squirrel and flying squirrel are endemic fauna of same area. Conservation of endemic species. There are many factors which may cause the destruction to the entire population of endemic species, leading to their extinction, such as destruction to their habitat by deforestation, increasing human population, and land for agriculture, buildings, industrialization, etc. Introduction of new species may affect the natural habitat of endemic species, which cause threat to their existence. I hope you have understood this topic well.
Wildlife sanctuaries of India. Dachigam, located in the Himalayas in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Namdapha in Arunachal Pradesh is the largest. Kaziranga in Assam. Manas in Assam. Gir in Gujarat is the only. Gulf of Kutch is the first. Gulf of Kutch is the first marine. Run of Kutch is a. Ranthambore in Rajasthan. Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary. Sariska Tiger Reserve in Rajasthan. Dudhwa National Park in Uttar Pradesh supports the largest population. Corbett National Park in Uttaranchal is situated in the foothills of the Himalayas It is India. Sundarbans, mangrove forests are located most. Chilka Lake Bird Sanctuary is Asia's largest island. Bandhavgarh, also known as White Tiger Country, the Sal Forest of Kanha in Madhya Pradesh is the largest wildlife. Tadoba, located in Maharashtra. Kanha in Madhya Pradesh is the largest wildlife. Bandipur and Nagarhole National Parks in Karnataka is. Mudumalai in Tamil Nadu is a continuation of the Bandipur National Park, separated by the river. Periyar in Kerala is nested in the mountain. Solve a crossword puzzle based on the terms you have learned in this module to test your understanding and recall of what you have learned.
How can you do your bit to save trees? Do you know the amount of paper we use in our day-to-day life? From newspapers, notebooks, novels, tickets, and you can name so many more. How is paper made? What goes into the making of paper? It would amaze you to know that it takes 17 fully grown trees to make 1 ton of paper. Can you imagine how much time it takes for 17 trees to grow to their full length? It takes many years to grow and takes hardly a few hours to convert them into sheets of paper. Papers are used for a single use and then are discarded. They are found in either a waste paper basket or landfills. It is such a pity that the fully grown trees are reduced to garbage. How can we avoid this? The truth is that a single sheet of paper can be recycled and reused for about 6 to 7 times over. Just like water, we should also look at ways of recycling paper. There are huge factories now which have undertaken the noble purpose of recycling waste paper. Do you also know that the bagasse of sugarcane is now used to make paper? If we can think of alternatives like this, it will surely go a long way in saving trees. Recycling of paper will also save the amount of energy and fuel used in making paper as well. What about the best way of undergoing deforestation? It's called reforestation. If deforestation is cutting off trees, then reforestation is planting of trees. Yes, but though this may seem easy enough, it requires a lot of effort. A land that is cleared of trees will only get back to its former state when it's replaced with trees. However, care must be taken that the plants of the same species must be planted. The soil has nutrients that are suitable for the particular species only. The climatic conditions are also conducive to these species. Therefore, it's advisable to regrow plants of the same species. Are you aware of a process called as natural reforestation? Well, in the cases where trees have been cut down only for timber and the roots are left intact, these trees will grow back on their own. This can only happen if the land has not been used for any other purpose. However, all these measures are time-consuming. Either way, they require many years to get back all the lost trees. The best measures would be to reuse the paper and other resources we have, recycle whatever is possible, and reduce our needs and wants. This would surely ensure proper conservation of both plants and animals. Each individual needs to take efforts to save nature. Only when we decide together as a whole will the earth see a miraculous change and we shall live again in a clean and green environment.
Migration. The periodic movements of birds from one place to another and back to their original homes are called bird migration. Many birds fly long distances in spring season. They build and raise their young in a new home and then return when the climate becomes warm. Birds migrate mainly to avoid shorter days in very cold regions where food also becomes scarce in winter. When the conditions become favorable, they return home. The Arctic tern is the most interesting migratory bird. It journeys twice a year from pole to pole, a round-trip flight of more than 350,000 kilometers. Locusts are harmful migratory insects. Swarms of locusts settle on standing crops and destroy them. Many kinds of butterflies also migrate. The monarch butterflies fly from Canada all the way to Mexico. Birds are not the only animals that migrate. There are fish like the Indian shad, which migrate from the sea to the rivers to lay eggs. Eels, the snake-like fish which live in fresh water, go to the
लाइफ और नेशनल पार्क के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन ले ली। चलिए अब हम आगे देखते हैं रेड डाटा बुक। अब रेड डाटा बुक में क्या लिखा गया था कि जितने भी एनिमल्स के बारे में है कि उनको किस तरीके से प्रिवेंट किया जाता है, उनकी देखभाल किस तरीके से की जाती है, चीज़ यहाँ पर इस बुक के अंदर बताई गई है ना। प्लांट की किस तरीके से देखभाल की जाती है, तो ये सारी चीज़ यहाँ पर बताई गई है। तो उन सारी चीज़ों का इस बुक के अंदर क्या किया जाता है, रिकॉर्ड भी रखा जाता है, जिससे पता चल सके कि अलग अलग रेड डाटा बुक भी बनाई गई है। और इस तरीके से इसके विषय में इसकी इन्फॉर्मेशन अगर हमें मिल सकती है तो उसके लिए हमें यहाँ पे लिंक भी बताई गई है। चलिए यहाँ पे नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज़ हियर माइग्रेशन। माइग्रेशन का मतलब होता है कि अलग जगह से, मतलब दूसरे देश से अलग अलग तरीके के जो पक्षी है वो उड़कर हमारे यहाँ पर आते हैं, और यहाँ पर आने के बाद वो क्या करते हैं, आराम करते हैं, जैसे कि कुछ नदी के किनारे या अलग अलग जगह पर, जो हमने वीडियो में देखा था। रिसाइकलिंग ऑफ पेपर, रिसाइकलिंग ऑफ पेपर जैसे हमने वीडियो में देखा था कि हम किस तरीके से पेपर का यूज़ कर सकते हैं, कि आपको बताया जा रहा है कि डिफॉरेस्टेशन की वजह से क्या होता जा रहा है, धीरे धीरे बहुत ज़्यादा हमें नुकसान देखने को मिल रहा है, जिसकी वजह से यहाँ पे 17 पेड़ हैं जो क्या हो चुके हैं, कट चुके हैं। 70 ट्रीज़ आर कटिंग, तो जिसकी वजह से हम पेपर का रीयूज़ कर सके, उसे रिसाइकल कर सके। तो टाइम टू टाइम पे ये सारी चीज़ों की बहुत ज़्यादा हमें ज़रूरत पड़ेगी, जिससे ये बताया जा रहा है कि हम कागज़ को किस तरीके से बचा सकते हैं, उनको रीयूज़ रिसाइकल किस तरीके से कर सकते हैं मैन्युफैक्चरिंग। नहीं तो आने वाले समय में ये सारी चीज़ें हमें नहीं मिलेगी। ओके, अब हमें आगे बताया है रिफॉरेस्टेशन। रिफॉरेस्टेशन का मतलब क्या होता है, रिफॉरेस्टेशन का मतलब होता है जो वीडियो में देखा था, जिस तरीके से क्या होते जा रहे हैं, धीरे धीरे ट्रीज़ को काटा जा रहा है, लेकिन उनके बदले में अगर हम जितने ट्री काट रहे हैं अगर उतने ही पेड़ और लगाएंगे तो उसकी वजह से क्या हो जाएगा, नुकसान कम होगा। तो हमने आगे देखा था कि जैसे कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ऊपर आ रहा है और वाटर एकदम नीचे की ओर जा रहा है, तो ये सारी चीज़ों का हमें सामना नहीं करना पड़ेगा। इसीलिए हमें यहाँ पे बताया गया है कि हमें जितने भी पेड़ काट रहे हैं, जितने भी पेड़ों की हम कटिंग कर रहे हैं, उतना ही हमें ये भी ध्यान रखना है कि हमें कितने पेड़ वापस लगाने हैं। ठीक है, चलिए ये चैप्टर आपका यहाँ पे ख़त्म होता है, तो इसकी एक्सरसाइज आपको कंप्लीट करनी है। ठीक है, थैंक यू।